absolute ruler of North Korea for 46 years. Kim Il-sung was proclaimed with the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea as the president. Kim fled to Manchuria during his childhood to flee the Japanese rule. While Kim was still a student, Kim joined a communist youth organization. Kim adopted the name of an earlier legendary Korean guerrilla fighter against the Japanese and soon was noticed by the Soviet military authorities. Kim then was sent to the Soviet Union for military and political training, and that was how Kim joined the local Communist Party. After Kim's Soviet training and membership, Kim returned to Korea during World War II and established Kim's own communist provisional government under Soviet auspices in what would become North Korea in 1948. When Kim first proclaimed the communist government, the country was very poor. No property or anything. Korea was under Union of Soviet Socialist Republics USSR. For further development of North Korea, Kim's ideology called Juche begins its era. When answering the question for a Japanese newspaper in 1972, Kim Il-sung gave a brief definition of what Juche was. Kim said, in a nutshell, the idea of Juche means that the masters of the revolution and the work of construction are the masses of the people, and that they are also the motive force of the revolution and the work of construction. In other words, one is responsible for one's own destiny, and one has also the capacity for hewing out one's own destiny. Over a short period of time, Juche replaced all pre-existing religions and ideologies in the north. Thousands of Buddhist temples and Christian churches were destroyed, and practitioners of these religions were arrested in large numbers. Through destroying all these religions, Kim made himself the creator of everything. This ideology was a mix of Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism, Korean nationalism, and anti-Japanese, anti-Western culture Calvinism, with a unique feature. Juche, in other words, self-reliance, has molded a state which aims to exist in economic, political, and military isolation from the rest of the world. To Kim Il-sung, it meant that the country should not be reliant on any outside country for anything except for Soviet Union and China. Juche can be summarized by independence in politics, self-sustenance in the economy, and self-defense in national defense. Kim's goals were to install a communist regime, to reunite the Korean people under his leadership, and to build up the country's military to prevent everyone invading again. Marxism, Leninism, Stalinism indicates that these states owns all the means of production of North Korea, which means all factories, farms, banks, and mines, and that there is an elaborate cult of personality surrounding the great leader and his successor. Kim is portrayed to be known as a religious figure, wisely demonstrating the Korean people the correct path to communism. Then, the anti-Japanese ideology is due to the Japanese occupation of Korea. The Japanese treated Koreans as a slave state. They did not treat them as normal people, even forcing Korean women to become comfort women for their troops. During the 1930s, when Kim was young, Kim joined the Korean guerrilla resistance against the Japanese occupation. Kim was the party leader, with massive help from Kim's support base Soviet Union. They liberated Korea from the Japanese. Lastly, the anti-Western ideology is due to the rest of the world being mostly capitalist and because of the US-backed Korean War in the 1950s. Overall, the Juche ideology is successful and similar ideology is still being used in North Korea today. Like other dictatorships, the Kim regime relies on a numerous tools of authoritarian control to stay in power. The first tool Kim used is social engineering, which means creating a society where everyone has the same knowledge and there are no oppositions. Since North Korea was a poor country, they didn't have merchant or land-owning class, independent unions, or even clergy. They weren't supposed to have one. Intellectual or regime loyal bureaucrats, not someone who opposed official policy. And strict restrictions on the activities of students have made them to believe on Kim Il-sung and his ideology. Second, the regime pushes the ideology of Juche. The supreme leader system established Kim as the center of a code of personality. Due to the code of personality, people in North Korea all think Kim's family deserves citizens' admiration, and that all people should not be a dissident and always follow Kim's policies. In the 1990s, after the famine, the regime's control of information decreased and cross-border smuggling grew, but recently the regime has tried to reassert its control. Perhaps most important, the North Korean regime is brutal in its use of force, especially to the people that oppose his opinions. Kim Il-sung not only adopted the former Soviet Union's problematic policy and of state socialism, but also made North Korea's economic system less efficient. Kim's misguided policies resulted in North Korea's economic reliance on the Soviet Union and China. Because of Kim, North Korea implemented collective farming, completely disregarding the skills of individual farmers. Through the economic disaster occurred in Kim Jong-il's time, it was all because of the result of Kim Il-sung's policies. North Korean industry and agriculture then collapsed overnight. when Soviet Union stopped to help Kim in the early 1990s. North Korea could not stand all alone, and they needed aid from someone.